Hey everybody, you know I've been working hard on my craft closet declutter, but today I wanted to just take a minute and talk to you a little bit about a Christmas activity that we've been doing that we've really been loving and has been a lot of fun. For me, it's all of the lead up to Christmas that I like the best. And Christmas morning is great. We always have bagels, cream cheese, and lox. We have cocoa. On Christmas Eve, we try to go to a living nativity and have a charcuterie board at home. So we have all these traditions that lead up to Christmas. But this year, my daughter-in-law came up with such a great idea that we are really enjoying, and she created this beautiful centerpiece for us, and it's got 5 candles, and 4 of them represent the each of the themes of Advent. And so we actually, the first Sunday we did hope. We lit the candle for hope, and then last Sunday, and my daughter-in-law talked about that, and then last Sunday I talked about faith. And so we lit both candles, and we're just going to do one each Sunday up until Christmas, and we'll finish on Christmas Eve, actually. And so we are doing hope, faith, joy, and peace. And love is also one of the things of Advent. Usually they put hope and faith together, but we split them up. And then we'll have a candle that represents Jesus, the birth of Jesus, and then we'll light that candle. And so she made this beautiful centerpiece for that purpose, and we have been having so much fun. And so I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I talked about with faith, and then I want to, I'll share some footage of what we did for that. Salt is something that often represents faith, and part of that is because of an ancient covenant called the Salt Covenant, or the Covenant of Salt. And in the days of ancient Israel, when the priests would go to the temple or the tabernacle, whichever one they were doing at the time, and offer sacrifices, every sacrifice required some salt with it. And Numbers and Chronicles talk about that every sacrifice must include salt. And one of the symbolisms of salt is an enduring covenant, an enduring promise. And because it was believed anciently that nothing could destroy salt, that you could burn it, you could put it in water, you could do all these things to it, but salt would not be destroyed. And it is an essential part of what we need for our health is salt. And so for me, that salt covenant represents faith, because it represents a covenant or a promise that cannot be broken. And so our faith with God is something that we should hold to steadily and securely. And so just some little information about that salt covenant. What it meant was if someone came, even a stranger came, and you sat down at a table together to eat and you shared salt, that represented a promise that you would be a friend to each other forever. And even if 2 sides started a war and they were fighting each other politically, if you came across that person, even in war, you considered that person a friend, and you would protect and defend that person. And so I love that idea, particularly now in our day when there's so much division, that we look for friends. We look for the good in each other. We try to have we try to give each other the benefit of the doubt and realize that we all have different beliefs. We think differently. We do things differently. We think there are best ways to do things, and other people think there are different best ways. that's okay. And so the salt covenant now has become kind of a trend in weddings, that the bride would bring her salt, the groom would bring his, and then they would actually mix as part of the ceremony. They have a container and they actually mix salt. And then the goal is that they would then use that salt on their meals until it's gone, and that would represent an enduring promise to defend and protect each other, and to be faithful to each other. And so I love that salt covenant. And so the way I took that, because when we do these Advent things, we always want to add something unusual or fun, or a game or a treat or something. And so what I did is I have for many years been interested in jamon from Spain. It's presunto in Portugal, and it's a cured ham, and it is cured only with salt and thyme. And so these cured hams, these jamon, they are really expensive. And so several years ago, I was wanting to buy one as part of a Christmas thing, and they were too expensive. And then this year, I saw them at Costco, and then they went on sale at Costco, and I've actually never seen a jamon at such a great price. And so I bought the jamon, and we talked about the salt covenant and what that meant in our faith towards God, and our faithfulness to each other, and that enduring promise as family members that we would love and protect each other and be kind and do all of those things. And so I talked about the jamon, and then we actually, the kids had no idea that I had actually bought a jamon. And so we went ahead, and after we talked about the salt covenant and its representation of faith, then we went ahead and opened our gift, and the kids were excited. And so I'm going to just stick in the footage of us enjoying our jamon experience. It's something none of us had ever done before, and so it was new, and we were learning, and those are my favorite kinds of things. And so here we go. It is?
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
Wouldn't it be fun, like when this is gone, to like keep this mounting thing and try and make our own?
Wouldn't that be fun?
It would take 2 years, but that would be so cool.
That would be cool. That would be very us. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to cut some pieces so we can all try it all at once. I think there's a learning curve. It's a little tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed me sharing this little thing that our family does, and I hope you'll take some time, whichever holiday you're celebrating, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I hope you'll consider the time leading up to it and make that maybe less frenzied and more meaningful. That's my favorite part of Christmas, are those little things that we do. I love playing the dreidel game as we go into Hanukkah. I love thinking about the symbols of all of those things. And so I hope you'll take the time, and if you're crafting, make some things to go along with those celebrations and those meaningful things. And I hope you'll subscribe and join me. And if you have some fun holiday traditions that you do that lead up to the holidays, I hope you'll share them and give this a thumbs up. And let's remember that even though we all have different beliefs, we think differently, we're all humans, and we all have goodness inside of us. We all have light that we can share with others. And so I hope you'll do that. And we'll see you next time.